Live at 5, this is 13 News Now.
Today we learned a woman found dead in a Yorktown home last week was in the same house where state troopers investigated a meth lab yesterday. This is on Choisey Crescent near York Crossing Road and George Washington Memorial Highway. While police did find drugs and drug-making materials at the house, it's still not known how the woman died.
Nico Clemens spoke with a neighbor who watched the investigation unfold.
Shocking that, right across the street.
It's been a week full of uncertainty for people living in the York Crossing subdivision.
Literally everyone in York County was out here to see what was going on.
Police surrounding this home on Choisey Crescent last Wednesday. The woman inside rushed to the hospital where she died. Connor McEntee watched from his window.
I saw they put a lady on a stretcher. I saw her arms were locked in a position. I thought maybe she got electrocuted or something.
The same day, a hazmat team searched the home after police found unknown substances. However, they found nothing. Fast forward 6 days later, investigators got new information leading them and a hazmat team back to the home.
The first time that we saw them go in with hazmat, and my wife and I jokingly said, it's meth. When we saw them out again yesterday and they had hazmat suits again, we're like, oh, this is a lot more than just a death investigation. There's got to be something else here.
Inside the home, meth, as well as materials used to make meth. York-Poquoson Sheriff's Office posting on their Facebook page, the community was not in danger at any time. Still, plenty unanswered questions for many in the area.
You hear about meth in Virginia and you don't really realize that it's everywhere.
And this is still an active death investigation. Now, while I was at the home, a man stopped by claiming to be the woman's father. Coming up at 6, hear what he has to say about his daughter's death. In York County, I'm Nico Clemens, 13 News Now.
All right, now Virginia Beach City Council is in session. On the agenda, discussing pay increases for city officials, including the city manager and city attorney. Stephen Graves joins us live from Virginia Beach. And Stephen, some council members are speaking out against the pay increase.
They are, and we have a reporter in that meeting right now. I just checked in with her. She says a decision hasn't been made, but I'm told this money, it's already in the budget, but since these are appointed positions, they need to be approved. And now there's one new councilwoman who wants to have her voice heard before that vote is made. In a lengthy Facebook post, one of the youngest and newest council members, Jessica Abbott, holds nothing back. Tonight, she's on track to make a stance, clearly voting no on the idea of raises in the total of about $17,000 for 5 of the city's top officials. She says, quote, many residents are struggling to make their mostly stagnant paychecks work for their families, and taxes and fees were just raised on Virginia Beach families. This comes as the 2% increase is already in the Virginia Beach city budget. It just needs approval from council. The city manager and attorney are earning the most. Councilman John Moss is voting no too for the second time, also on Facebook, arguing both make more than the Secretary of Defense and Attorney General of the United States.
I do believe, though, it is fair.
Mayor Will Sessom tells 13 News Now that lower tier city workers have already received a 2% increase as well. He says the raise for the top officials is needed to stay competitive with neighboring cities.
Just recently, we had Hampton Roads city manager go to another city for a substantial salary increase, considerably more than what our current city manager is making.
And tonight, Abbott argues that this needs to be changed and decided on a one-on-one basis and determined upon performance. She wants this money to go toward infrastructure. At 6, we talk to taxpayers, also very divided on this. We'll ask them where they want to see this money go. Reporting in Virginia Beach, Stephen Graves, 13 News Now.
A man walked into a hospital with a gunshot wound today. Now Norfolk police are trying to figure out what led to that shooting. We're told just after noon, a man with a gunshot wound walked into Bayview Medical Center on Chesapeake Boulevard. Medics then rushed the man to Centera Norfolk General. He has non-life-threatening injuries. Contact the crime line if you have any information about the shooting.
Sailor is in trouble with the law tonight. Court documents allege that Chief Petty Officer Scott Penny sent sexually inappropriate photos and videos to a person he thought was a 13-year-old girl. Turns out that girl was an undercover federal agent. Mike Gooding joins us now in the studio with more.
Well, and David Penny is a chief aviation structural mechanic. The 37-year-old Penny appeared before the federal magistrate this afternoon. His lawyer argued that his client be released on bond, but the judge didn't buy it. According to an affidavit, starting in March and continuing until May 28th, Scott Lee Penny used the social app Kik to have inappropriate contact with what he thought was a 13-year-old girl. The purported girl was actually an undercover agent of the Department of Homeland Security, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The documents say that Penny, using the screen name Mike Smith, used the app to electronically transmit still photos and videos of himself, clothed and unclothed. The paperwork goes on to say that on several occasions the suspect created videos touching himself and sent them to the girl. In addition, the court papers say Penny repeatedly requested nude images and discussed sexual acts he'd like to do with the girl. Transcribed dialogue between the accused and the girl is very graphic and is not appropriate for a television broadcast. The government described the conversation as grotesque.
I can't comment about the case itself. It's still just very early.
But very challenging case it's going to be for you?
I think so.
Penny is assigned to Carrier Airborne Early Warning Squadron VAW-120 at Naval Station Norfolk's Chambers Field. And Penny faces one count of coercion and enticement, which carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison. He's been in the Navy since 1997. He became a chief in 2014. The judge ordered that Penny be detained without bond pending his next unspecified court appearance. Reporting live, Mike Gooding, 13 News Now.
An update on the George H.W. Bush Carrier Strike Group and what the Navy says is a critical role in the fight against ISIS. The carrier's air wing conducted more than 4,700 sorties and used more than 800,000 pounds of ordnance in their strikes. Service members left Naval Station Norfolk back in January. They started launching strikes from the Mediterranean Sea a few weeks later.
In an attempt to help troop retention, the Army is boosting re-enlistment bonuses. Soldiers could receive up to $90,000 up front if they sign on for another 4 or more years in the service. The Army is tripling the amount of bonuses it will pay this year to $380 million. In just the past 2 weeks, the Army paid out more than $26 million in bonuses. In the last week before the June primaries, Lieutenant Governor Ralph Northam has a leg up on the Democratic side of the race for governor when it comes to fundraising. Finance reports show Northam has $600,000 more than rival Tom Perriello. Northam may have a financial advantage because he was in the race longer than Perriello. On the GOP side of the race, Ed Gillespie has more than a $2 million advantage over Corey Stewart and Frank Wagner. 13 News Now is your election station. Turn to us for news leading up to the primaries on June 13th and for the results the night of the election.
Today, Governor McAuliffe signed a bill that requires schools to notify parents of students who are victims of bullying. The bill was sponsored by a delegate in Springfield who wants to prevent bullying in schools and online. Opponents of the bill say they're concerned that parents will be notified about bullying before the incidents are confirmed. Harbor Fest begins this Friday in Norfolk at the waterfront. It is the largest and longest running free maritime festival in America. To kick off the festival every year, ships travel down the Elizabeth River in the Parade of Sail, a beautiful sight. 13 News Now is a proud sponsor of the Parade of Sail, and you can watch it live on 13 News Now at noon this Friday.
From school bus drivers to teacher assistants, Norfolk Public Schools is looking for employees. There will be a job fair this Saturday at the Central Administration Building on City Hall Avenue. The jobs will be for the 2017-18 school year. Applicants should come dressed for on-the-spot interviews, and you can find more information about the job fair on the homepage of 13newsnow.com.
Coming up, thousands